Hi, greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of Fix My Junk. Well, I was ready to throw in the towel and start ripping this thing apart and scavenging this one for parts. And Martin said, whoa, 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 whoa there, Lightning. Don't give up yet. So he went home and did some pondering. He asked me to check the transmission controller pinouts. So I found this sheet online, and that's the 9701 pinout connections, and he asked me to check these last three, 24, 25, and 26. This would be the connector with a little catch at the top and facing the pins. So 24 is ground, right? 25 is fused 12 volts, and that power comes off the power distribution center. That's over there. Everything checked out over there. And then he asked me to check circuit 26, fuse ignition, output, start run, fuse 11. That's down in the kick panel, in the fuse box there. I checked that fuse and it was good. I sent him a message back and told him what I'd found, and he said, dang it, I was hoping you'd just find yourself a blown fuse. So I started probing these, and I stuck my negative probe in number 24, positive probe in number 25, and I got 12 volts constant. Turned the key on because this is switched power. Left my ground here. I've established that this is a good ground because I'm getting voltage here, and I probed this and nothing. What I needed was a service manual. Well, to buy an actual book, which I prefer to have, a service manual book, an actual book with pages, you know, kind of that, you know, medieval technology. I prefer books. I like books. Service manual for 82. This is just for the 1982 model. So I went online and I found a 2000 and a 97. The only thing that's different between the two, by the way, is that the 2000 Jeep Cherokee went with distributor-less ignition system. So I went to the 97 shop manual. I'll put a link in the description if you're so inclined and you want some great reference material. Right now I'm drawing a blank of what it is. I'll annotate it here. Anyway, I found the actual shop manual, right? The service manuals. And I found that circuit. It all feeds off fuse 11 in the junction block. That's the one that's inside the cab on the passenger side in the kick panel. Fuse 11. Fuse 11 comes off here and it gets split off, and it feeds switched power to the transmission control module. It feeds the automatic shutdown relay, the cooling fan relay, the AC compressor clutch relay, and the fuel pump relay. It also feeds power to the powertrain control module, the evap purge solenoid, and the transmission range switch. I tested all of these and they passed. More on that in a minute. Went through the manual and I found all these pages that pertain to these different circuits, and I just started testing them. This is the powertrain control module. This should be 12 volts fused ignition start run in A2, plug A, second pin. Tested that, passed. Evap purge solenoid, C20, plug C, 20th pin. And when I got to here, this is the transmission range switch, and you can see here it comes from the junction box, feeds power to the switch, and then that feeds your inputs to the transmission control module. So I took and I tested the pins coming off the range switch to the transmission control module. These all passed. The only thing that wasn't getting 12 volts switched was pin 26 on the transmission control module plug. Okay, so I've got a small probe plugged into the dark blue with a white stripe wire. That's the switch 12 volts. Plugged it back into transmission control module, and I got a jumper wire running from switch power over in a junction box feeding to that probe. And I'll let me disconnect this. So let's look at the scanner here. I've unplugged that little switched wire. Reading codes. P1698 and a 1492, which is the ambient. It's the battery temperature sensor. And this is going to trip again because the battery tray, which includes the battery temperature sensor from this vehicle, is over in the blue Jeep. So this is going to trip again. Okay, so before I clear this code, I'm going to hook this wire back up. Okay, that wire's hooked up now. Now I'm going to erase the code. Turn the key off, turn it back on. Of course, like I said, that 1492 is going to come back. Let's read the codes now. Stored codes 1492. No more 1698. So if you have a 97 through 01 Jeep XJ and you've got a code P1698 and you've checked all the grounds, you've cleaned all the connections, there's no corrosion anywhere, and you still can't get rid of that code, go to your transmission control module plug and test pin 26. That's fuse 11 in the junction box. Check to make sure that fuse isn't blown. If it's not, take in a voltmeter and probe that blue, dark blue with a white stripe, number 26 circuit, and check that for 12 volts. If you don't have 12 volts there, you're going to trip that code every time. There has to be a break in the wire between wherever the splice is. There's two splices. There's splice 130 and there's splice 136. There's two places here where this break can be, this disconnection in this wire. So I don't know where it's at, and quite frankly I don't care. Everything else is working. Because everything else is working, I'm going to just assume that somewhere between here and here. So I'm just going to run a jumper wire from a switched source on the junction box, put an inline fuse on it, and I'm going to run that to the transmission control module. Problem solved. You're welcome. So while it's in the garage and tore apart, I'm going to take these door panels off and inspect the wiring that goes into all these switches, because you know I've been having issues with that. We found one in here last year that was broken. I'm sure there's one over there. I'll mess around with some of this in here. Back doors as well. Anyway, I got some electrical issues to work out. Work on that for the rest of the week, and maybe this weekend I'll strip that thing back down, put the parts back on this, and drive it. Unless something else fails catastrophically, this is going to wrap up the series on the engine repair and the transmission issues that I've been having. I'm fairly confident now that that's going to be an adequate fix. And if it's not, you'll probably see a follow-up video. But hopefully you won't. So just a friendly reminder to check the description for Amazon affiliate links to the parts that I use to do this overhaul, and also to some of the equipment that I use to make these videos. If maybe you're not interested in any of that stuff, I'd really consider it a favor if you could, if you're going to buy something on Amazon anyway, to go through one of those links so that this channel can receive a little bit of a commission. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but the channel makes a couple of pennies off that transaction, and every penny counts when you're driving a hoopty. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, and then if you do decide to subscribe, click that bell icon right next to it so you'll be notified when I upload another video. Share this video with your vast social media network if you're so inclined. If you like the video, hammer wake the like button. That lets YouTube know that I'm here, I'm still making videos. If you didn't like this series and you don't like me and you think I'm an ugly dumb goof, then maybe click the dislike button, twice. Whatever floats your boat. Either way is okay with me. And until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep powder dry, and have a splendid day. And thanks again to Martin for helping me this weekend and pointing me to this circuit. I'd be out here with a wrench and a hammer, I think, otherwise. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.